in the NAP, we are now in a different time zone. It is 21st century. We are not in the 20th century. 1/4 of the 21st century has been passed. Now it needs to gear up. Lots of rapid changes were there. And then Corona made it slow down to understand what is required. And we need to work upon that. But we are actually not. Actually not. What we see on the videos, what people are presenting over at Rajput sir, Dr. P.K. Rajput sir had mentioned about the putting up the videos and all that. What kind of videos people are coming up with? Even the teachers. It's the way they're dressing, what songs they're choosing, and they're putting up the reels one after the other. I don't know. I am always shocked about it. कि what kind of community we are developing. कुछ अच्छी बात नहीं है क्या करने के लिए reels में बेढंगा नाच करना ही जरूरी है क्या? No, we need to do something about that. And if my voice, if I'll raise my voice against it, people say you're backward. Are we really backward? So if we are backward, we are happy with that backwardness of ours, right? So, and we are in a different time zone. There are scientific truths available about the neural network and the cosmic network. पहले भी ऐसा था कि एक हमने so develop the teachers so to ascend higher and the students as well. Still, there is a long way to go that with the, to achieve it by the people, through the people, and for the people. Without that, we cannot work. What is happening right now is we are enrolling the children and they're falling down. So if they're falling down for there, we need to take the responsibility to secure the future of the children. So let's take up the responsibility, all the viewers, teachers, community educationists, and all. We take the responsibility to look beyond imperfections of everything. Government is doing its work and we need to do our work. To be Prasad, be Joyce. Thank you so much for giving me time and listening me. Thank you. Our next.
Renu ma'am, just 1 minute. Yeah, I think you can close the slide, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm trying to do that.
No problem, no problem.
I've made some mistake, I think.
You just have to click the cross up. Yeah. Yeah, just for 2 minutes, I would just like to give a small review. I think before Sir Rajput sir had said about the YouTube videos, I totally agree with it, because even the teachers have started using the YouTube videos. कि अभी कुछ नहीं मालूम है कैसे करना है, तो YouTube start कर लो and you get the instant idea. But that is not 100% productive also, because what is taught over there, sometimes we may not have the resources, or we may not have the accessibility of the resources available at home and other places. So, and looking at you, you have actually covered the whole of life skills in a very different way, which is missing in the NEP. NEP is not focusing on what you have said. We have to inculcate this in a better implementation ground and try to blend all these strategies in the academics. That is going to create a healthy learning ecosystem. So wonderfully explained, ma'am. Thank you so much. I would like you to introduce the third speaker.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sonal. Our next speaker is Dr. Bindu Singh, obtained her MPhil degree and later PhD in sociology in 2009 from University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. I'm also from Jaipur, Bindu. She has worked for 5 years in Biani Girls College, Jaipur. Later, she moved to Vadodara, presently working in the Maharaja Sayoji Rao University of Baroda. She has expertise in sociology of information technology and has contributed to many research papers. She has written a book about the impact of internet on society. So Dr. Bindu, this is all yours. Welcome.
Most welcome, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for a wonderful introduction. Thank you so, Sonal, ma'am, for giving me this platform to speak about a very important topic which you have already mentioned, that is digitalization of education. We have already seen the online education was working during COVID-19, but now how we can inculcate the same into the present scenario. So before I start, let me share my screen. Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Madam Renu Madam has already given my introduction. So without wasting time, let me talk about this. So we have seen with the outbreak of novel coronavirus, all schools, colleges, universities opted for online education as the way to keep the learning process ongoing. According to Pearson.com, almost 300 million learners were affected during that time. And so they were striving hard for continuous learning. Various platforms like Classroom, Blackboard, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, which played an important role in this transformation. With this pandemic situation, the online learning acted as a supplementary tool. According to Right to Education policy, 1.6 million girls between the age of 11 to 14 years are currently out of school. This will affect the development programs of India. So this particular paper talks about a roadmap which can be built taking this online remote education to bring girls back to school, which can in turn help in development programs at local rural level, helping in reducing a huge pressure on urban areas due to migration. And also what initiatives can be taken in this post-pandemic era. So this slide shows you the various ways that online learning was accessible to all. The universities were taking care of various tools and techniques which were available online. And next slide, here you can see that the Gujarat government, because I was working with the Maharaja Sayajirao University and now I am located at Madhya Pradesh, Jabalpur. So you can see they have built up the Gujarat Virtual Shala for school children. Also QR code books are created that can be accessible, the books can be accessible online with those QR codes. Now the question arises whether this online learning is new. No, the homeschooling concept actually came long back. We have SWAM, which was launched in 2017 with an objective of anyone, anytime, anywhere, free of cost learning. Now, SWAM is in India's own MOOC platform, you all must have heard about. Then we have SWAM Prabha, which was launched in 2017. Its initiative is to provide high quality education channel through DTS, that is direct to home. Also, we have National Digital Library that was launched in year 2018, which provides the framework of virtual repository of learning resources with a single window search facility. We have virtual labs that provide a fully interactive simulation environment to perform experiment, collect data, answer questions to access understanding of knowledge acquired. It covers almost 1,000 plus web-enabled experiments. E-Yantra. This enables the effective education across engineering colleges in India on embedded system and robotics. So next slide shows why this girls' education and that too through on why it is important. So this slide explains why it is of immense importance. If the girl is educated, more avenues can open, which in turn help her in upgrading her status in this typical stereotype society, especially in rural areas. No early child marriage, which is the main reason for childbirth, poor health. So this flow chart is the best explanation how education can help in the India's development. Now, the answer, the two question is, what can be done? Now, you can see that remote learning is a new norm. The age of girls' marriage is also changing with the law. Now, this can be very well connected with the remote learning. Since our society is in transitional phase, the women in rural areas have barriers for education, which results in dropout rate. But if the education reaches to their doorstep, then we are in the win-win situation. Not only that, we have many websites which are being created, like saying jobs for her. They are exclusively looking forward for job for women. They can take up jobs, that is, they can work at home, take care of their family, spend time with their dear ones. Now, according to the survey done by Agronomics and Research Cell of Godrej Ontario, many of them, almost 64% of the employees said that they save commute time, and this helps them to spend more time with family, that is 47%, and only 20% said that they have fewer distractions. So I feel that women and work from home can work. Now, again, the question as it will arise, how it can be achieved. Now, we have, it's not that we are talking in isolation. The government has already made a budget, like we have already started with 5G spectrum. And BharatNet will eventually cover 6 lakh villages. BSNL will receive finances approximately 44 and 720 crores. And GPS are ready with internet connectivity. Wi-Fi hotspots are active of today, and more rural universities are given these lines so that this digital connectivity can happen in the rural areas. Again, these online courses are being recognized by UGC. As you can see, I have just mentioned few of the names: Andhra University, UP Jindal University, Manipal University. These are the universities which are giving UGC recognized regular degrees. So definitely digital connectivity can, and this education can be accessible, affordable to the women who are at remote. Not only that, uh, other universities, they are giving the credit courses, which will be taught completely online. And this will help us to blend this online and offline learning, because during COVID-19, we have learned that online learning can also happen equally as offline learning. I end up with this tableau, which was shown on this 26th Republic Day, from Vedas to Metaverse, which will help us to learn that education to women in India can bring an holistic change. And giving you a term that is digital, means if they are not if the families are not allowing them to come daily to the classroom, at least once in 15 days or 7 days, such kind of platform, such kind of program should be made exclusively with women, so that at least one day they are allowed, they can come to the universities, take their higher education, and bring about, and this will help us to curb this dropout rate, that is 17.3% at secondary education. So we are in transitional phase, but then such kind of holistic change can bring about the changed India. Thank you so much for hearing me patiently.
That was extremely amazing, because this is a total different shift for the NEP. I think we have to establish a deep connection. What is NEP now? What is needed? Rajput sir, your views on Binu ma'am, please.
Absolutely right, ma'am. And the way she has shown it, it is really the need of the hour, right? So I fully endorse about it. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
this has to be actually implemented now. Let's see Abhin ma'am, you can invite Ishaq sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
A very good evening, sir. I
Good
welcome
evening, ma'am.
you to this platform. Dr. Ishtia Ahmed Sheikh, he is from Pune, Maharashtra. He has over 25 years of experience in the field of teaching and principal in various schools in Pune, Maharashtra, India region. Along with a school leader and educator, he has been playing a role, a teacher's training and motivational speaker. Some of their major achievements are received an award of Best Principal from Science Olympiad Foundation, Delhi in the year 2016. Awarded as Best Innovative Leader by the Center for Education Development in the year 2019. Awarded as a Major Dhyanchand by Pimpri Chinwan Cultural Department 2019. A Best Principal Award by the Institute of National Scholars Bangalore 2020. The list is quite big, but I would like to read because he seems to be a very learned man. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Award of Excellence 2021 by IDYM. Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan International Educators Award on the occasion of Teachers' Day 2021. Shikshak Gaurav Puraskar by Pimpri Chinwan, Pune, Maharashtra. Award by Nalanda, the Pride of Knowledge by IDYM. Welcome you, sir, and let me give this platform to you and share your words of wisdom with us.
Pleasure
Thank
to have
you.
you, sir. Pleasure to have you. I
Thank
think
you
sir
very
told
much.
me in the afternoon who is going to introduce me because I didn't have any introduction. So I told sir, I said, there is no first, second, third, fourth. We all are learners in the ecosystem of education. So let us
True.
not give us numbers. Let us leave legacies of learning for the next generation. So the platform is
True.
all yours, sir, with your very rich experience. Let us all learn.
True, definitely. Thank you very much, Sonal ma'am. It's great honor to have it here, have myself here, and speaking on the topic ensuring universal access. Yes, I did ask Sonal ma'am exactly what is happening. The sequential order is given. So based on that, I asked ma'am, being the fourth speaker, I think have to introduce you because first speaker is introducing the second one is introducing the third one, and the third one is introducing to the fourth. Now, what about the introduction of the first one? Because that will be missing. She has already explained that way. So I thought of introducing towards that Mrs. Sonal. She is the one who is looking after. So let me introduce first only because from last 1.5 months, I could see that she is struggling to get that list of NEP, National Education Policy, from the beginning. Every small little things she is looking after, and then so many educators are coming and telling, okay, I want to speak on this, I want to speak on this. She was not stopping herself, she was asking everybody to go on adding their names into that. And I could feel 10 o'clock in the morning when she was there on the internet, and then she comes on the platform NEP series 15th 9 2022, and then she goes on giving her feedback to everybody, giving her guidance to everybody, adding all the topics. And first of all, I would like to thank first of all Sonal ma'am for giving such a lovely topics. And in that NEP, in that the first part you have given as ensuring universal access, really it is a wonderful part. And first of all, thankful to Ravi sir for bringing this kind of a platform to all the educators, not only the national level, it is international level. So many people are listening to us. So many people have joined here. And to start first with Rajput sir, definitely he is supposed to be the mastermind of the IDYM. Really, his contribution towards the IDYM is wonderful. And in this regard, and we learn a lot out of it, even though his greatness is there that he is learning from all the educators, but it is the process of learning from each other. I personally feel.
Sir, I would like to add, it's my honor and privilege to have both of you for the first session. Nothing can be more better award than this. And not to mention that why I created this ADP series is because I have an experience that Indian children go to USA to settle over there. The teachers over there salute the children of India कि क्या है इंडिया में ऐसा कि वहाँ के बच्चे इतने संस्कारी कैसे होते हैं. So what is that sanskar? What is that culture that most of the educators are missing? That made me to invent more strategies and implement them in the learning. So here we have all these salvats of culture, heritage, values to blend in the academics. So the platform is all yours, sir.
Great, great. I remember, thank you very much, ma'am. Really, it is a platform where it is giving. I remember one sentence told by the president of US, teach the mathematics the way Indian teach. Teach the mathematics the way Indians teach. That is really a great honor for Indians, that the way we are teaching here, because we started the zero. The Indian only started the zero, I personally feel. So this way, this platform is really very wonderful for everybody. And NEP says, like Sonal ma'am already explained about the NEP, that is 5-3-3-4 funda. The first 5 is the pre-primary section, nursery, junior KG, senior KG, and grade 1 and 2. That is coming there in the foundational stage. Next 3 classes are there for, that is called as a preparatory stage of grade 3, 4, and 5. Then we have another 3 section that is called as a primary stage, where grade 6, 7, and 8 are coming. And the last stage, that is the 4th part, is secondary stage, where 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th is coming. Now, I took a small pause when I said 10th. That means very soon, the grade 10 board examination is not going to be there for the children, those who are going to appear. Still, it is not yet clear whether it is going to get implemented from 2023 or 24, because it is kept open everywhere that NEP is going to get implemented by 2030. The government has already told by 2030 it is going to be for each and every state. But I personally feel, whether I'm right or wrong, Rajasthan is the first state who has started implementing the NEP there in that area. And then Maharashtra, for me also, still in the process of completing. In this case, I am really very thankful to Dr. Rajput sir stating something about the class of these schools, that A type of schools, B type of schools, C type of school. Really, I do agree to that, because we talk about the technology. When we talk about the technology, it goes to the A type schools, because you have got the people, those who are rich there, those who can afford the fees given by the schools over there. So the teachers also getting appointed in that manner only, because they are getting a huge handsome salary. And then obviously, when it is a private school, the teachers are going to give dedication and devotion and towards their studies or to the students. Automatically, something good is going to happen. So then later on, sir said something about the B type school. I was listening to him, because after that only I got to know, okay, really NEP is something which we should be implementing there. B type schools, where exactly it is 50-50% there. The teachers are okay, and then the students are also getting the knowledge over there. And then the third part, which I personally feel, is the C type school, where exactly how we can bring about the implementation of the NEP in the C type school, which are located in the rural area. Because yes, technology, we do have the technology there in the A type school, B type school, but what about the technology taking to the C type school? Is it possible? Somewhere we thought, okay, yes, we can make it possible by the NGO or some donators, but 100% it could not become possible there, because of, again, the first part I could say, okay, the monetarily, the place is not so much well developed, and the teachers there also are not getting that kind of a facility, wherein the teachers should go on putting some kind of a potential and bring all these things to everybody there. So that is what exactly I am feeling. The next part, let me go to the part wherein we have to make these things understand to the parents as well as the teachers, because I personally feel these are the two categories wherein we, the leaders, I as a leader, have to first of all make this thing clear to my teachers. The second part, I have to make my parents also understand exactly what is going to happen. And the third and the very important part, which I went on telling many a times whenever I got a chance to speak about the NEP, that pre-primary section, there was no bonding on them. Nobody was ruling them. Nobody was observing them. So everywhere, whenever we see there is a preschool opening. But now the NEP says that the first 5 parts, that is first section, foundational stage, in that pre-primary section, nursery, junior KG, senior KG is going to get attached with grade 1 and 2. So there are 2 parts now here. Either the pre-primary section has to get merged with the schools where the grade 1 and 2 classes are going to be there, or the school has to give the names to the pre-primary section. That after completion of your senior KG student, let the children come to the first standard to my school, to the school where we have got the grade 1 and 2 onwards. So this is what I personally feel. Yes, we the educators, we the leaders are discussing on all these topics and everything, but what about the teachers? Are they going to get understanding all these things or not? Because they are the part, they are the people, those who are going to speak to the children. First person who is going to speak to the parents. So we have to, I personally feel we have to make our teachers confident, give them the confidence, telling yes, what exactly the NEP is all about. I had made compulsory to my school teachers. So each and every teacher is going to learn the chapter. I have given the responsibility to the different teachers. So you are going to learn this chapter, understand this chapter, come and speak to everybody. So this way, what happened, we came closer to understand exactly the NEP series. And then accordingly, the confidence level of the teachers grew, and they could be able to speak in front of the parents easily. Then later on, the second part, exactly wherever there is no technology, how to go about. The technology is lacking. Either, okay, we do have the computers, we do have the laptops, we do have the devices, but what about the internet connectivity? Now also I read somewhere Ravi sir was telling, say it is raining very heavily, so very poor connectivity. Yes, it does happen. Now we were there, last 2 years we were there online, later on again now we came offline. So what about exactly 2 years? The children were not able to write properly. The children were not able to read properly, because right now we are also virtual. I'm able to see everybody, those who are here, all the dignitaries, I'm able to see here, you're able to see me. But now suppose if my internet connectivity is poor, I have to either switch off my video or I have to leave and then join again. So this was happening when the online session was going on with the children. So everywhere there was a problem. Everywhere there was a problem. And the teachers were very much into that. Yes, sir, we want to give the proper education to the children, but the technology is not allowing us. So in this case, what to do? Since now the offline got started, I personally feel the first and the basic part is the experiential learning. Are the teachers able to understand the experiential learning or not? That we have to see. What is it all about exactly? Bring the children out of the classroom, put them on the ground, teach your concept on the ground, in the launch, wherever the place is there, where the pure air also will be there, not the air with the fans and everything. Bring them out on the ground, make them understand. The science teacher, the geography teacher, I remember I had taken one session. I am a geography master. I had taken one session with the children, and I had taken one chapter called the physical divisions of physical features of India, physical divisions of India. I explained everything there in the class, what exactly the physical divisions of India are. And then I took them out and I told them, I divided them into 6 different groups. And I told them one group is going to draw the map on the ground. The other group is going to color it in a different way. Then the third group is going to talk something about the northern mountain and northern plains. Next group is going to talk something about the Thar Desert, which is there in the west. Next group is going to talk something about the Deccan Plateau. Next group is going to talk something about the coastal plains. And the last group is going to talk something about the islands. So this way, what happened? The children got to know the real fact of physical divisions of India, physical features of India in a beautiful way. And this I could complete within 2 periods. One period of only of 40 minutes. So 40 minutes I completed. I requested the other teacher to give me this another 40 minutes. So that way 80 minutes I took it. And that with that 80 minutes, I could complete drawing the map. Now CBSE says that it is going to be art integrated. So I could relate that part also with the children and with the teachers also. This is an art integration program. And then experiential learning, hands-on program. So do it, understand it, what exactly it is, and explain the part what you have done it. For example, one group has done something about the northern mountain and the northern plain. So they have to go back to the textbook to understand what the explanation was given by me and come and explain it on the same ground. And I told them it is not going to be only with you and me. It is going to, I'm going to record it and I'm going to put it there on the YouTube also. So I motivated them from the technological point of view also. Okay, it's not going to be between you and me. It is going to be on the platform of the YouTube, that is technology, where not only I or you, many people are going to check it out. Many people are going to appreciate you. So to everybody's knowledge here, it was really wonderful. The children had done beautifully, and the way they have explained, and then the way they understood the concept exactly, what were the physical features of India. It was marvelous. So with this example, I could just tell everybody, all the teaching fraternity here, yes, sometimes the technology is going to give us the problem, but bring the children out to give them the knowledge from outside, from the ground, not only in the form of technology, in the form of the experiential learning, and then make them understand exactly what the education is all about. One example I used to give it to the children, the child who is scoring 90% is also sitting there for the CET, that is common entrance test, and the child who is getting only 50 to 60% also is going to sit for the examination, that is common entrance test, CET. But to your knowledge, I explain this thing to the children, to your knowledge, children, the child who scored 90% was having only the bookish knowledge. He was not having any kind of a experiential knowledge. He did not do any kind of experiential learning, and not having the general knowledge and relevant knowledge of that. But the child who scored only 60% could clear the CET with beautiful one, because CET says that overall development, and the second part, general knowledge, current affairs, everything is getting involved into that. So in this regard, in this way, I personally feel that experiential learning in today's life is going to give a beautiful structure to the students to understand the concept. But in this regard, my teachers asked, sir, you are a geography teacher, you take them or took them out and then did it like that. So what about the others? I said, first of all, keep the textbook in front of you, how you can utilize this particular chapter or this particular concept, bringing them out in the air, fresh air, and then make them do. I have a huge infrastructure. I have a huge ground also. That was really, I'm blessed with that. Based on that, I could feel my teachers should be taking the children out. सर वो मस्ती करेंगे वहां पे, मस्ती कब करेंगे? जब आपका कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर नहीं होगा, जब आपके पास में कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं होगा बच्चों को कंट्रोल. So agar if you have the confidence level of, if you have the mastery of the subject you are teaching to the children, definitely the children, whatever the classes the children are going to be there, whatever the grades the children are going to be there, definitely they are going to be in your touch or be in your control like anything. So today I am really very much thankful to Ravi sir, Dinul Asmin, the lovely girl, and Zeenat Munawwara ma'am, for creating such a lovely platform called as IDYM, Igniting Dream of Young Minds, and all the dignitaries here. Specifically, thank to Sonal ma'am for creating such a lovely platform of NEP series and bringing so many topics there into that. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity and listening to me carefully for this thing. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And that was, I think, sir, that was a total elaboration of, you say you have to jump to become a swimmer. Swimming apne aap nahi aayegi. Swimming
Correct.
seekhna padega.
Correct.
So when you said about that, you implemented the geography in the class. I remember my days when I was in a government school, we had no technology, and sometimes it was functional, sometimes dysfunctional. So when the teachers were about to teach about the life cycle of a butterfly, how are they going to teach? So what you have done over here is you have adopted the Protig effect. The Protig effect is called as a peer-to-peer learning. The peer-to-peer learning, number one, you did that. Number two, you adopted the Goldilocks principle. I think you must be knowing about the story of the Goldilocks. The father brings the soup, the mother brings the soup, and the child brings the soup. So sometimes it is very hot for the mother, it is very cold, and it is perfect for the child. So at the same time, educators also have to implement certain strategies that is perfect for the age appropriately for a particular child. You cannot give a study pattern for a 3-year-old and the same thing for a 10-year-old. The same thing can be given to a 10-year-old using the mind of a 10-year-old. So when I was about to teach the life cycle of a butterfly, we didn't have anything in the class. We didn't do anything. What I did at the spur of the moment was we had some ribbons in the class. Immediately, I made flower ribbons, gave each child the flowers, and we had a coloring activity of butterflies. I cut the butterfly and handed one butterfly to each child. One butterfly, one flower to each child, showed them the description how the butterfly sucks nectar from the flower. So at the same time, integration of art, integration of early environmental studies, and at the same time, the talk of the creature, the butterfly, and the nectar. So it is called as multi-dimensional learning using all these integration. You cannot say, okay, life cycle of a butterfly dikhana hai, to chalo, the technology on karo, chalo bachcho dekho, life cycle of a butterfly kaise hota hai. The children won't learn anything. What is it? Because I remember the teacher showing about the pollination. So pollination in the sense, the parts of the flower. So for a 3-year-old child, how are you going to teach the parts of the flower? You have to just talk about the petals, the stem, and the leaves, which they can draw easily using their hand at that stage. That teacher started teaching about the pollination, the larva, and all that. Will the 3-year-old child understand what is pollination? Will the 3-year-old child understand what are pollen grains? No. You have to start from the basic, the flower, the petal, and the stem. Tell the child to draw, label the part. Immediately, the child will draw the flower. The child will count the number of petals. That is called as foundational literacy and numeracy. 1, 2, 3, 4 petals, 2 leaves, and a stem. That is enough for a 3-year-old child. That is called as early childhood education. So we have to, the way you said, we have to adapt and adopt. You just cannot adopt jo bhi mil raha hai, YouTube se le lo, idhar se le lo, aur kar lo. No. You have, the way you did with your children, the same has to be adopted by the teachers in the early childhood sector. So that experiential learning happens automatically.
Definitely,
so
yes.
You have actually given a wonderful description of geography and implemented the same kind of learning for the early childhood child also. So I think, Rajput sir, your feedback about the whole session?
Excellent. I think, no doubt, I think I was learning and I was feeling that thing, that yes, how the things is very important. That's why I said, as a professional, we always say walk the talk. Whatever you are putting it has to be very clear about it. So fabulous way of explaining, fabulous way of telling the things. I think you are always awesome, sir, Ishtiaq sir. Right. So it means you always steal the heart. That is a beautiful way. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That's great.
I think this is the part 1 successful series of NEP number 1. And thanks to Rajput sir for gracing the occasion. Thanks to all the esteemed panelists and speakers, Renu ma'am, Ishtiaq sir, and the huge thanks to Ravi Shankar sir for giving us this platform to rock the session for the next 29 days now. So let us all be with each other, support each other behind the curtains. And thank you to each and everyone for taking all your pleasure time and gracing the occasion. And that's all for today, I think. Humble thanks to each and everyone.
Thank you.
so
Thank you
much.
so much, Sonal ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
You are wonderful. You were wonderful today.
Thank you,
so.
sir.
Thank you so much.
God bless
Thank
you,
Bye.
everyone.
God
Thank
bless
you.
you. Bye. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum
Thank you, Sonal ma'am. Good night.
Thank you.